is add two integers to find the sum. So set up your notes, put a column for questions, and have a section for a conclusion. And we're going to start the notes on adding integers. So we're going to start by writing the integer addition rules. We're just going to write these one time and then simplify them. But the integer addition rules have a couple of parts. The first part states that if the signs of the integers are the same, then add the numbers together and use the same sign. So just a reminder, integers are positive and negative counting numbers or whole numbers. There are no fractions in integers, no decimals, just negative numbers and positive numbers and zero, the ones that you think of on the number line. So if the signs are the same, add the integers. The answer has the same sign. So if you're adding negative numbers, add them together, and it's a negative answer. If they're positive integers, add them together, and it's a positive answer. If the signs are different, you're adding a negative to a positive or a positive to a negative number. If the signs are different, then find the difference. The sign of the answer is taken from the number with the greatest absolute value. Absolute value is simply how far is the number from 0. A negative 10 has a greater absolute value than 3 because it's farther away from 0. So if the signs are different, find the difference. And the answer could be positive, it could be negative, depending on which number has the greater absolute value, the positive number or the negative number. Now we're going to summarize the integer addition rules and then also have a graphic, and that graphic we'll have up in the room as a poster to be a reminder, and we'll have a method where you can draw a picture to kind of help you think through the rules. So this is the only time we're going to write the rules out, but we're going to put them in our notes so we have the basic integer addition rules. But to sum them up, we can just say same sign, add, different signs, difference, find the difference, or subtract. So same signs, add, different sign, difference. And I'm going to represent positive numbers with green, negative numbers with red. And we're going to make a graphic. So a positive plus a positive is going to always be positive. A negative number, represented by the red, plus a negative number will always have a negative answer. So you just add the negative numbers together and it has a negative answer. if the positive number, if we're adding a positive number and a negative number, and the positive number is larger, that's represented by a larger green circle, then you find the difference, but the answer is positive. If the two integers have different signs and the negative number is larger, it has a larger absolute value, it's represented by a larger red circle, bigger than the green, then the answer is going to be negative. You find the difference and make the answer negative. I'm going to stop this, and there's another graphic that I want to show you, and this poster will be up in the room. So a positive plus a positive is positive. Negative plus negative is negative. And I like this graphic even a little bit better because it shows that these are bigger. They increase. A positive plus a positive is even more positive. A negative plus a negative is even more negative. If the value of the positive number is bigger than the negative number, then you subtract and the answer is positive. If you add a positive and a negative number together, and the value of the negative number is larger, it's farther away from 0, you subtract and the answer will be negative. And this graphic will be up in the room. Okay, let's try some examples. And when we do the examples, write the examples, we're going to put a column down the right hand side showing our reasoning. So in your notes, make a column down the right hand side for reasoning. 5 plus 6, those have the same sign. They're both positive. So that just means we add them together, and the answer is 11. Negative 3 plus negative 7 have the same sign as well. So that means we add those. 3 plus 7 is 10, and give it the sign of the two integers, so it's negative. (12 plus negative 3 has different signs, so we find the difference. The positive number is greater than the negative number. 12 is bigger than 3. So we find the difference, and the answer is going to be positive. So different signs, difference. So 12 minus 3 is 9. And the answer is positive because 12 is greater than 3. (4 plus a negative 14 has different signs, so we're going to draw a graphic. The positive number is represented by a smaller circle than the negative because 14 is bigger than 4, greater than 4. It's farther away from 0. So we find the difference, and the answer is going to be negative. (14 minus 4 is 10. And the answer is negative 10. So we check our reasoning to figure out if the answer is going to be positive or negative. Example 2a, we have negative 15 plus 6. The signs are different, so we are going to find the difference. Our picture has a larger negative circle than positive circle because 15 is greater than 6. So the answer is going to be negative. They have different signs, so we find the difference. It's a good thing to memorize. Different signs, difference. This is when we're adding integers. So the answer is negative 9. Negative 6 plus a negative 7. Same signs, it means we add and take the sign of the integers. 6 plus 7 is 13. They're negative integers, so the answer is negative 13. Example 2c, 25 plus 6. They have the same signs, so we add them together. 26 and 5 is 31. Or 25 and 6 is 31, excuse me. Example 2d is 40 plus a negative 6. They have different signs, so we'll draw a quick picture. And the positive circle is bigger than the negative circle because 40 is greater than 6. So we find the difference, and the answer is going to be positive. (40 minus 6 is 34. The answer is going to be positive, so it's positive 34. Example 3a, we're going to try to simplify our reasoning a little bit. 12 plus 14 negative 13 plus negative 7. Negative 2 plus 30, and d is 8 plus negative 40. So we'll just briefly just write same sign or difference for each one. So if they have the same sign, we add and use the sign of the number. If they're different, then we find the difference and figure out if it's going to be positive or negative.